Hey Marcy, how you doing? Um, this is Adobe Bridge. This is the program I was telling you about. Now you have Adobe Bridge, which is your viewer. It's the program that once you put your programs, your files on your computer, or if you want to import, like right here, you can go to your camera and bring in your pictures from your camera. So it's just one button, and you select your camera, or you can select computer and choose your card, and all of your images will open up right here in the viewer so you can see them. And you don't have to import all of your images. You can just import the ones that you like, that you want to work with. So once you've selected your folder, you just come over here to the side and you pick the image that you want to work with. And these are great images. I shot these in low key because I wanted some shadow. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretend that I changed my mind and I don't want this to be shadowed like this, just for example for you. So I just right click on any image that I want to make changes to, and actually let's pick 3. The way you pick multiple images is you pick one image and then you come over and say 3 images, hold down your shift key, select, and it'll choose all the images from the first image you choose to the last. So if I wanted all of these, you just choose, you come down and click here with that shift key held down and it'll select them all. So let's just use 3 for example. Now I'm just going to right click, open in Camera Raw, and that's going to open up a second program. Now this becomes, don't confuse Bridge with Adobe Bridge, but this becomes essentially a bridge between your viewer, Adobe Bridge, and Photoshop or whatever program you want to use. You can choose whatever program you want. So you can do one of 2 things from here. You can edit each picture individually, and you can open 1,000 images in here and edit all at one time if you want. You can edit each one individually just by clicking the image or hit select all. I'm going to choose the top one. That's the one I want to work with. Then click select all. Now when I make an adjustment to this image, all of these are going to update. They're going to change. And whatever changes I make here, it's going to make the same changes to these other images too. So you can do this to 1,000 images at one time by working on one image, since these were all shot in the same lighting. So I'm going to come over here to the side, and all the settings that you're going to want to work with are right here. Exposure is just like your exposure on your camera. If it's a little bit too dark, well, you change your shutter speed a little bit, you make it brighter. So I'm going to bring exposure over just a little tiny bit. I'm not going to get too crazy because you don't want to go too far with this and then make other adjustments and it's really just not going to look right. So you just come up a little tiny bit with exposure so the skin tone itself looks pretty good. Then come down here to blacks. See where that looks blue? Take black, bring that over until that blue goes away. And what that blue tells you is that you're actually hitting on your histogram. It's either too light or it's too dark. It's pure black. Wherever you see blue is a highlight for pure black, and you don't want that. Then shadow. Bring that up a little bit. And then you can push your whites, which is a nice brightness adjustment, overall brightness adjustment. And contrast, I usually bring contrast down a little bit, which helps with shadows. It helps kind of blend everything out a little bit better. Then down here you've got clarity, which is kind of like sharpening, but different. Does it in a different way. See, when I bring clarity down, it's nice and soft, like a soft portrait. Or I can bring it all the way up and it looks like it's sharpening, but it's actually working with contrast and not sharpening. So it's actually better. But here you have sharpening, you have noise reduction. It's very, very good at noise reduction. You have your highlights and darks adjustments if you want to use those. You have all your saturation adjustments, like if you want to increase reds or decrease reds or yellows or greens. Let's say she's got green trees behind her and the trees are standing out too much and you want to turn those down, you just take the greens down and it'll make the green color softer, less saturated. So anyway, right here on top you have preview. That's where we were when we started. That's where we are right now. By no means a great image. This isn't even an image that I used or I would use because the focus is off just a touch from our eye. But also if you look down here, you can see how the other images have updated as well. Now these need just a little bit of tweaking. They're not perfect, but for the most part they're very close to where I adjusted this one to. Again, just a little bit too much over or too much exposure, so I tweak that down just a touch. And now I've edited 3 images in the same amount of time that it takes me to do this first image. Now from here you can do whatever you want. See where it says open object? That's open image. You can choose all 3 of these, hit select all, and it'll say open objects. And you can select any program that you want that's on your computer, not online program. You can, in your preferences, and I'll show you how to do that, you can have that open those images in whatever program that you like to use. Okay, Photoshop is preferably the way to go, but if there's something else that you're more comfortable with, then by all means. Or you can come over here with all your images selected, hit save images, and right here you can save to the same location, same folder that it came from. Select new location. What are we doing here? Oh, okay, so it's opening another folder, and I'm going to choose the location, a new folder, to put my finished images in. And then once you've selected your new folder, then you can just leave the name the same, or you can add like the file name and then your name and then location, and you can add different things to it, but don't let that be confusing to you. Down here your format, TIFF file, digital negative, or Photoshop file. TIFF or JPEG is really the way you're going to go. So you just select JPEG, highest quality, and then save. And that's it. I mean, it's that simple. Or if you don't want to save these images, you don't have to. You don't have to save anything in Camera Raw. If I just select done, watch these 3 images right here. See how they're updating? Now I didn't actually save anything. I just closed Camera Raw. See this little symbol? That means that it's had adjustments made to it. And now if I select this one image and I hit opening Camera Raw, since it's still a RAW file, an NEF file, it's got to go to Camera Raw until I actually save it as a JPEG. Then you can open it wherever you want. But you see how it opened back up with the same adjustments? That's the beauty of these 2 programs. They work very well together. It saves all your settings. You can go back and change it at any time. So anyway, in a nutshell, that's Camera Raw and Adobe Bridge. Very, very simple to use. Nothing to be scared of. It's going to be different, but again, don't let that bother you. Don't be scared about it by any means. Let me show you one other thing really, really quick. Let's say I wanted to leave this dark like this, just to give you an idea of some of the other adjustments. See this little paintbrush? When you select the paintbrush, all of these adjustments on the side are available to just the brush. See where it says auto mask? I just click that. Now I can swipe across the background, and it's only painting the background. It's not affecting her in any way, even though I'm overlapping her hair. Well, I bumped it a little bit, so it did. Then once I've done that, I can actually come over here and adjust it out even more. If I want to take down the contrast, see how it's a little bit dark right here, I can take contrast down, sharpness, noise reduction, clarity, those things, I can take those down. And then if I want, I can hit new, as in new brush. Sorry about that, I had to answer the phone. Anyway, so I can select a new brush, and let's say I want to lighten up just her skin. I just paint over her skin. And it's only affecting her skin. Not anything you have to worry about right now, but as you get more comfortable using this program, you can come in and play with these settings, and brush tools, cropping, all kinds of stuff, and make some really gorgeous images. Alright, hope that helped you, Marcy. Talk to you later.